This is back when I was 17 or 18 years old. This is a long time ago. Half my life ago. 17 or 18 years ago. Notice that I don't believe in conformity. And I think that being a gold-digging whore or materialistic shows a lack of understanding. I was more correct in my philosophy by a good bit than most of these attractive women when they're fully grown. Listen carefully.
Now, white man will never conform me, pal. Time is like lost, another soul tossed. The greater network crossed, nothing but war for the boss. Mind brain creating misplaced game. They can't understand or comprehend. Dumb on whore hands. They want to ball and ignore the deeper call. Y'all feel stressing me.
So, no, I told you that women have been stupid and they're bad judgment. I say they want to ball and ignore the deeper call. Y'all through stressing me. Their bad judgment, on record, has been stressing me out since I was 17 or 18, on record. But really, I'm sure you all believe that I didn't just come to this conclusion the day I made that song. It's something I've constantly and consistently have seen for years. So women's bad judgment has screwed up my life. I talk about the greater network. I say timing slightly lost. Another soul tossed. The greater network crossed. Nothing but war for the boss. Mind frame creating misplaced game. So this is back when psychiatry is trying to drug me to make me more like the inferior minds that are stressing me. Dumb, wild whore hands. Y'all through stressing me. Now, what is wild versus civilized? Now, civilized is a Christian understanding of transcendence, not worldly nonsense. So how come you have people judging me who are not as intelligent as I was when I was 17 or 18, or going back to kindergarten when I did Algebra 2? How could that be? Because I was right about the last video, one of the last videos I made, where I said it is impossible to be sane and to be socially normative. Here's from September 24th, 2013.
People in charge are Nazi sympathizers because they believe in the same sentiments and philosophies that the Nazis do. Whether or not they believe in putting people in camps and killing people violently, they believe in the same philosophies and sentiments.
All right, so I was telling you how the people in charge are Nazi sympathizers. Now here is a video from 2009, my first official video, Illuminati Part 1, Ancient Egyptian Wisdom is Black African Collected by Ancient Eurocentrics. So everyone with vested interest in keeping the black man down, whether it is Sambos who are paid to help the New World Order in secret societies and cops and military, or whether it is, whites and Jews and people who want to cover up the root of martial arts and the African foundation of masonry and arts and sciences and religions and so on.
Okay, a few deities are important, Molech and Baal, and I'll get into them later. Also, Osiris, Horus, and Amun-Ra. Now, whites long ago, the Greeks specifically, used to go to Egypt and learn, including Herodotus. They used to travel down the rivers, the many rivers they have there, and they would get as far as they could inland, and they would notice as much as they could, and they would learn from them, and they would trade with them. Okay? Now, Alexander the Great even laid in a sarcophagus for 3 days and 3 nights in Egypt.
Okay, so notice that psychiatrists have been consistently trying to conform me with drugs for almost 22 years. And they have an inferior, worldly, conformist, shallow, materialistic, cowardly, evil philosophy full of lies, while I teach people to live in reality. They run psyops on people to reinforce mainstream lies. They work with psychologists to maintain military order and military psychology. And they helped design the courtrooms. You know, the people who were interested in mind control before psychology and psychiatry became official sciences, you know, really pseudosciences. They came up with the court system that was designed to have a powerful psychological effect on people. Some of the earliest psychologists and psychiatrists, if you will, before the term was really coined, were alchemists and temple builders, architects and masons. Okay, because they were the religious people that helped civilization come together. You can see in the Narmer palette that there is religious symbols by a great warrior. So they had the force, and they had the religion, and they had a certain, had a certain psychological aspect to it, if you will, and a certain reverence. And ever since then, these ancient Eurocentrics, if you will, who went into Egypt, saw what they did and how they did it, and they have been trying to mimic it ever since, as they have archaeological expeditions into Egypt to try to discover more of what they saw as the perfect order of society, or a divine Mayat in Ptah, the land of Egypt, the house of Ptah.